Are you dreaming of or working toward becoming an animal communicator? Do you feel stuck, confused, or lost? And do you maybe want a roadmap for your journey? Well, I've got it right here today. I'm going to share it with you. In this video or podcast, however you're consuming this, I want to help you understand the 5 levels of animal communicators. So by the end of this video or podcast, you're going to be able to recognize which level you're at, identify the steps you need to take to make progress on your path, and know what it takes to be either an amateur or a professional animal communicator. So without this big picture, you might find yourself spinning your wheels or working against yourself or feeling like you're ready to give up. But when you have a map and you know where you're going, you can feel comfortable and confident and empowered, and you're not going to give up. You're going to keep going. Hi, I'm Dr. Cara Gubbins, and I'm a professional animal communicator and the founder of the Animal Communicator Academy. This is my very first video slash podcast. My podcast is Animal Communication with Dr. Cara, and I have a YouTube channel that is also Dr. Cara, Animal Communication with Dr. Cara. So, my mission is to help all animal lovers become confident animal communicators so they can help their pets, or they can become a professional, or they can add animal communication to their current profession. My vision is to have animal communicators in every home, every veterinarian's office, every animal rescue center, every shelter. You get the idea. And if you support this mission, then please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can receive even more. We can reach even more animal lovers and animal communicators and help our field grow. So I have been an animal communicator for 15 years, and for probably 95% of that time, I've been teaching animal communication to students all over the world. And I've seen this pattern again and again. And I now recognize that there are 3 distinct phases of learning animal communication to go from as an aspiring animal communicator to a confident animal communicator. And once you reach that level, there are then either 1 or 2 more levels, depending on what your goals are. One level, if you just want to be a practitioner, an animal communication practitioner, and work with your own animals in your family, your friends, help your neighborhood, maybe volunteer at a shelter. And then another level, if you want to become a professional animal communicator. So altogether, there are 5 levels. So let's walk through the process so you understand it and know where you're going and how to get there. So let's start with level 1, the beginner. And the focus in this level is really about creating your foundation for success. So you're going to be learning energy tools, meditation, animal communication skills, ways to boost your intuition, and just start exploring and start having some practices that are going to set the foundation for everything else that you're going to do. This is really critical to do, is to take the time to really get to know yourself and your intuition and start applying some of these practices that will automatically boost your intuition. Because when we say animal communicator, we really mean intuitive animal communicator. So you need to spend some time getting very comfortable with your intuition, understanding how it works, exploring it, all of those things, and learning how to strengthen it and build it and grow it and access it. And that's what that beginner level is all about. What commonly comes up to get in the way of that when you're a beginner is the beliefs, the limiting beliefs that animal communication isn't real, or sure, it works for other people, but it won't work for me. If you have these kinds of thoughts, just know that you're in really good company. It's very, very common. And that it's natural. And part of the process is overcoming these limiting beliefs, doing the mindset work alongside the intuitive work, alongside the animal communication skills. You're also at this point going to need to overcome some mental hurdles to make progress. And that's okay. That's totally common. And it's really, really important work to do, and to get the foundation for that right at the beginning and integrate your animal communication skills and your mindset skills from the very beginning. It sets you up for success, and you will move faster than any other way of doing this. The beginning level of animal communication learning really, to me, ends. You'll be complete as a beginner when you have what I call your breakthrough animal communication session. And this session is really critical because oftentimes beginning animal communication students, they will receive a message from an animal, and then they'll discount it, or they'll blow it off, or they'll talk themselves out of it. And it just sets them back to the start. And again, this is all very common part of the process for a lot of people. So if you're experiencing this, you're in good company there also. But at some point, when you're practicing all these skills and doing all this work and creating these habits, you're going to go and have an animal communication session that was animal communication. You can't dismiss it. You can't talk yourself out of it. You know in your heart of hearts that there was no way you would have gotten that information if the animal hadn't shared that with you and you had received it intuitively. So your breakthrough animal communication session is a victory. It is like you've worked hard to get to this place, and this is a celebration. This is a big win, and it's what now sets you up, because you know you can do this. So you are now ready to move into the level 2, which is intermediate phase. And in the intermediate phase, you are creating your framework for success. So now you know you can do animal communication, but how do you do it? What's your format? What's a session look like? What does your intuition look like? What's your strength? What's your weaknesses? How are you going to create your life so that you support and take care of yourself and your intuition? So you're learning how to do animal communication, and you do it over and over and over again so that it becomes automatic. And it's really a numbers game at this level, because what often happens is that animal communication can be hit or miss. You can be all over the place. You can have judgment against yourself that I'm not good enough at this. I'm not as good as somebody else. I'm just not good. It's not working. If you are relying on hearing words, intuitive messages in words, but you are a feeler, you might miss the messages that you're getting from your emotional intuition, intuitive emotion channel is how I want to say it. So we can miss messages because we're just not looking there. So there's a lot going on at level 2, the intermediate level, where you're really learning how to get comfortable with animal communication. And for my students in the Animal Communicator Academy, this takes about 50 practice sessions. And I want you to know that and understand that it's not like, poof, there's a magic wand and now I can just do it and I'm good at it and I'm not going to have any other challenges or blocks or hurdles. Each one of these levels comes with its own challenges and blocks and hurdles. So in the intermediate level, you're really working to develop your comfort level with animal communication and make it reliable, make it accessible. So it's almost like drawing a line in the sand with a stick. And every time you go over that line, it gets deeper and deeper. So even if a wave comes in and takes away part of that line in the sand, part of it's still there. That's what you're doing here. You're really creating the reliability of animal communication. And once you've completed all of those 50 practice sessions where you're just going and saying, hey, hi, animal, how are you? What's going on? What's your favorite person? What's your favorite place? What's your favorite food? Really simple communication questions and answers. your self-talk is going to shift from I'm not good at this to I can do this and I can do it anytime. Like it becomes reliable. And then when that happens, then you are ready to move on to level 3, which is the advanced level. So in excuse me, in level 3, you're now going to take your reliable animal communication skills and you're going to partner with animals to help them address the challenges and problems and situations in their lives that they need help with. So there may be behavioral issues that are causing friction between the people and the animals, or a pet might get lost, or aging pets also need special care. You may have end of life conversations that help an animal be comfortable at the end of life, feel complete at the end of their life, help the people in their family know when they're going to be ready to go, whether they want help or not. Like you can ask the animal all of these things, but you need to have animal communication be accessible and reliable before you can use it as a tool to help other beings. And that's why this is the most advanced stage of level of learning animal communication, because it takes a lot of skill and dedication and commitment and practice to be able to be in these situations that are emotionally very charged, not just for the people and the animals that you're helping, but also if you have any similar situation in your current life or in your past that could bring up emotions for you. So part of the mindset the whole way through is clearing up these triggers that might get in the way of you being effective when you are an advanced student and you're ready to help animals and people resolve their challenges. So some of the blocks that come up in level 3 are being triggered by specific situations. So for instance, if you had a pet go lost in your childhood and it got injured and it never came home, or it came home and it was very traumatic and your family didn't have the tools to help you really process that, when you go and practice lost pet sessions with animal communication, you might get triggered by that. It might bring up those unresolved emotions from your childhood, which is great because we need to heal all of these things, but we want to heal them when we're students, not when we're helping people. So that's some of the blocks and challenges that can come up. Each type of session that people come to animal communicators for can bring up different unresolved issues from our past that need to get healed in order for us to be clear channels for the messages between animals and people and to be effective animal communicators. So level 3, the advanced level of learning animal communication, is complete when you feel comfortable in all of those situations and you can be effective in all of those situations. And this only comes with practice and with time and with doing the mindset work as you're building your animal communication skills. So by the end of level 3, your self-talk becomes, I can do this in any situation. And that's when you're then ready to now move into either a practitioner or and then a professional level. So I have a question for you. If you are a student of animal communication, which level are you at right now? Are you a beginner, an intermediate, or an advanced student? Are you just figuring this out and learning the basics? Have you had your breakthrough session and now you're getting a whole bunch of practice sessions with easy questions under your belt so you get comfortable with this and you get reliable with this? Or are you really ready to take it on the road and address these challenging situations and learn how to help people and animals in those challenging situations? If you're watching the video on YouTube, put a note in the comments and I would love to hear from you what level you're at. Level 1 beginner, level 2 intermediate, or level 3 advanced. So once you move out of the student of animal communication and you feel like a confident animal communicator, then you are at level 4, which is what I call the practitioner level. And the practitioner level is where you are now feeling comfortable and confident enough to help family and friends with the challenges that they come up against, whatever they are. Or maybe you're a volunteer at a shelter or a rescue using animal communication to help the animals adjust, to overcome the trauma from their past, to be ready to move forward, to find their forever home, to find the right fit, the right family for them. Or maybe you like to use animal communication with wild animals, talk to the birds on your walk, or the snakes in your garden, or whoever it is. You can now do this as a practitioner. You've been through the learning process, and now you're ready to have fun with animal communication and be effective and make an impact as an animal communicator. And at this level, where you're now kind of ready to go out into the world because you're feeling comfortable and confident, this is when you're going to really start to learn some of the soft skills of animal communication. So you're going to be delivering messages honestly and effectively. You're going to master back and forth conversations with animals and people in real time. So asking questions, getting answers, follow-up questions, asking for clarity. All of this stuff requires some mental gymnastics and some mental training to be able to hold all of these things, right brain, left brain, follow the train of thought, be intuitive all at once. That's what animal communication practitioner level is really about developing. And some of the blocks that can come up here are questions about, what will people think? What if people don't like me? Are they going to judge me? You know, will I lose friendships? All of those things. But because you've really protected yourself and worked through the first 3 levels, and you know that what you're doing is real and effective and helpful, it's easier to move through some of these challenges that might come up at this phase. And as a practitioner, animal communication just becomes part of who you are and what you do. And you now have also the mindset skills that if you have an upset, if somebody is rude or judging or whatever, you know how to take care of yourself because you've developed those mindset skills all along the way. I cannot overemphasize how important those mindset skills are, equally important to your animal communication skills. So your self-talk here, when you feel really good and you've mastered this level, is that I love this. It's fun. It's fulfilling. It's meaningful. It's heartfelt. It's, for me, animal communication is one of the most wonderful daily miracles of my life. It's just amazing all the time. It's fun. It's surprising. It's interesting. It's intriguing. It's everything in a nutshell. So if your goal is to become a professional, which would be level 5 of the Animal Communicator Roadmap, that means that you're going to be wanting to charge money for your services as a communication bridge between people and animals. So the practitioner level, you're not going to be charging money. You're just an amateur. You're doing it out of the goodness of your heart because you want to, because you can, because you want to help. But you're not wanting to build a business around it. But if you do want to become a professional, then you're also going to be challenged to learn how to be more effective, how to be more accurate, and how to always become even better at what you are doing, how you can be the best you can be, so that you are really doing service. You're in service to the people and the animals that you're helping. And so there are hard skills, there are soft skills, there are business skills. These are some of the challenges also of being a professional. Some of the blocks that come up are like, how much money should I charge? Is it okay to charge money? Am I charging enough? Am I charging too much? Can I charge money? Like, money issues are big, but also really the pressure of delivering value. Am I delivering value in what I'm doing? Am I good enough? Am I doing enough? Those are some of the challenges that animal communicator professionals face. And there is an ongoing process of personal growth. Even as a professional, you will face upsets, you will face challenges, you will continue to use the mindset skills that you developed as an animal communication student, because professional animal communicators who are successful are always doing the personal growth piece. They are always clearing themselves of upsets and triggers so they can be the most clear, most effective channel that they possibly can be for both the animals and the people. So there is a new organization called the International Professional Animal Communicators Association, or IPACA is the abbreviation. And they have defined professionalism in this field as incorporating integrity, ethics, effective communication with humans and animals, and honoring the client confidentiality of both the human and the animal. So IPACA also says that professional animal communicators employ protocols and practices such as, but not exclusive to, non-judgment of the humans, permission from the animal, no offer or promise of cures, diagnoses, or clinical advice, and they provide a high level of accuracy during their sessions, as well as evidence. So it's not like you have to take their word for it. They can show you what they're saying and why. And they also, a professional animal communicator, according to IPACA, demonstrates excellence in soft skills such as empathetic but clear communication, educating clients, and having the ability to compassionately counsel clients, because oftentimes the human clients are going through incredibly emotionally challenging situations. So I want to offer that as a standard for if you are aspiring to be a professional animal communicator. These are the things that you need to be working on and to become really good at. And ethics and integrity and showing up 100% for the people and animals that you work with at your best every time. It takes work, it takes dedication, it takes devotion, and it does not happen overnight. For most successful animal communicators, it's a couple of years of training at least before even considering charging money for their services, and then an ongoing practice of excellence and self-awareness to find what areas you can improve in. So this is a really important field. We're helping so many people and animals, but it's also a demanding field in that it's demanding the highest and best of all of us to be the best that we can be. Otherwise, we're just not going to be successful. And we're not going to make the impact that we want to make. And so when you take this attitude of personal growth and ongoing growth to your professional animal communicator practice, your self-talk becomes one of purpose. I have purpose. My life has meaning. I'm here in service. I can be honest and effective, and I can make a difference, and I can help people and animals. So if you are an aspiring animal communicator, I'm also curious about what level you aspire to. Do you want to be a practitioner and never charge money, but be effective and confident and make a difference in animals and people's lives with your animal communication skills? Or do you want to go one step further and really answer the calling and become a professional animal communicator? Let me know. If you're watching on YouTube, put a note in the comments. I would love to hear where you're at and what your dreams are. Let's review here real quick. So I've covered a lot of ground. There are 3 levels to becoming an animal communicator. So the learning process, beginner, intermediate, and advanced, each one has their own skill set, in animal communication skills and in mindset skills. Each one has its own challenges, and a gradual learning progress is really good. Take your time at each level and wait till you're ready to move to the next level is my advice. And then, of course, there are 2 levels of working as an animal communicator, either a practitioner or as a professional. So I hope that breaking it down and showing you these 5 levels helps you recognize where you are, recognize where you are going, and what you need to focus on right now. And also what you don't need to focus on yet. Like some stuff don't focus on until you're at that level, right? That's a whole other video and piece of information. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of new videos. And if there's a topic about learning animal communication that you would like me to address, please let me know in the comments. And if you're interested in working with me, then please join me in the Animal Communicator Academy and become a confident animal communicator. And you can find more information about that at caragubbins.com. I applaud you for wherever you are. Thank you for being the change we all need to see in the world. And thank you for loving animals the way that you do. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day. Bye.